Hello friends, today's topic is about important enzymes and their class number. So many times this particular question is asked in MCQ. The one particular name of enzyme will be given and you have to identify it is belong to the which class number as per the IUB MB. So it is frequently asked. So I have make some particular enzyme group and that is particularly belong to the one particular enzyme class. So you can remember that enzyme class with the help of one mnemonic, that is OTHLIL. So first class, that is oxidoreductase. So you have to just remember that all oxidases are belong to the group of the class 1, that is enzyme class 1 oxidoreductase. So oxidases including all cytochrome C oxidase, tyrosinase, that all are belong to the group of oxidases, and all these oxidases from the enzyme class 1. Same way, all enzymes of dehydrogenases like alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, lactate dehydrogenase, all these are belong to the class 1 enzyme class 1 oxidoreductase. Same way, peroxidases like glutathione peroxidase, catalase, all are belong to the enzyme class 1. Furthermore, you have to remember oxygenases, monooxygenases, dioxygenases, all these are involved either in a reduction or oxidation process and all are belong to the enzyme class 1. And lastly, that reductases. So oxidases, dehydrogenases, peroxidases, oxygenases and reductases all are belong to the enzyme class 1. Now second class in this enzyme, that is transferases, which are involved in a transfer of group other than hydrogen. So you have to remember that methyl transferase like COMT, that is also belong to the group of the transferase. Amino transferase like SGPT and SGOT, another name, that is ALT and AST, they are belong to the group of the transferase. They are involved in a transfer of group other than hydrogen. So you have to remember simple, any name of transferase, then simply you have to jump that enzyme class number 2. Further, all kinases are belong to the group of the enzyme class 2, either it is glucokinase or hexokinase or phosphofructokinase. So all these are kinases are belong to the group of the transferase. Furthermore, phosphorylases, that is glycogen phosphorylase. So here you have to remember glycogen phosphorylase, that is converting glycogen, or from the glycogen it is separating one glucose molecule and making glucose 1 phosphate. So this glycogen phosphorylase, that is also belong to the group of the transferases. So interesting thing is that for the glycogen synthesis as well as glycogen breakdown, so glycogen phosphorylase or glycogen synthase, both are belong to the group of enzyme class 2. Both are considered as a transferase group of the enzyme. So you have to remember methyl transferase, amino transferase, kinases, phosphorylases and glycogen synthase all are belong to the class 2 transferases. Now third class of the enzyme, that is hydrolysis. Basically it is using water molecule to breaking a bigger molecule and make a smaller molecule. So all digestive enzyme, they are belong to the group of the hydrolysis. So all enzymes which are involved in a carbohydrate metabolism like amylase, lactase, sucrase, maltase, all are belong to the group of the hydrolysis. Same way, some enzymes which are involved in a lipid metabolism like lipase and esterase, they are also considered hydrolysis. Same way, enzyme involved in a protein metabolism in our digestive tract, that is pepsin, trypsin, peptidases and urease, they are also considered a hydrolysis group of the enzyme. Furthermore, carbohydrate, lipid, protein, nuclease, in that exonuclease and endonuclease, they are also belong to the group of the enzyme class 3. So all digestive enzyme are belong to the group of the hydrolysis. And lastly, one more, that is phosphatase. Previously there is a phosphorylase, here it is phosphatase. So phosphatase like alkaline phosphatase or acid phosphatase. So one is working in alkaline medium, one is working in acidic medium. So they are also belong to the group of the hydrolysis. They are using water molecule to break a bigger molecule in a small molecules. Now fourth class in this enzyme classification, that is lysis. So it is breaking the particular molecule without adding of a water molecule. So like decarboxylase, so here carbon dioxide molecule will be removed. So ornithine decarboxylase, histidine decarboxylase, glutamate decarboxylase. So simple, from the histidine, that histidine one carbon dioxide is removed, so it will make histamine. So same way decarboxylase reaction, that is considered as a lysis variety. Here one molecule means carbon dioxide is removed, so it is belong to the group of the lysis. Same as a decarboxylase, aldolases. Same way synthase, some synthase particularly considered as a lysis variety like citrate synthase in a Krebs cycle, fatty acid synthase, so they are also considered a lysis variety. Now hydratase, so enolase, aconitase and fumarase, they all are belong to the hydratase and consider the enzyme class 4, that is lyases. Furthermore, you have to remember desulfhydrase. So these desulfhydrase, they are also from the belong group of the enzyme class 4 lyases. And lastly, you have to remember ALA synthase. What about ALA synthase? That we will discuss later on. At present, one question is that ALA synthase, it is considered a synthase, but whether it is from the enzyme class 4 or any other class. So I am giving that it is ALA synthase transferring some group. So now you have to find out ALA synthase is belong to the which enzyme class. At the end of video, I will give answer ALA synthase belong to the which class. So at present, you have to remember lyases. Now fifth class of the enzyme, that is isomerases. So that is enzyme class 5 as per the IUB-MB classification. So in this enzyme class 5 resmases, so it is particularly involved in a conversion of a D particular stereoisomer into the L stereoisomer. So that is only few reaction in our body, but in that particular enzyme utilized, that is resmases. So all resmases are belong to the enzyme class 5. Furthermore, mutase, so that is phosphomutase, that is also considered a part of the isomerase. Simple that two glycerophosphate to the one glycerophosphate. So just moving of phosphate molecule from second position to the first position, that is called phosphomutase. So it is belong to the class of the isomerase. Same way as a epimerase. So epimerase means just change between two structure in relation to the one particular carbon. So that is glucose to galactose or glucose to mannose. So they are interconverted with the help of enzyme epimerases. So here that particular chemical formula for the glucose, that is C6H12O6, and that will be remain same for the glucose, galactose or mannose, or simply it is a formula, chemical formula for the whole hexose. But glucose, galactose, mannose structurally somewhat different, and that structurally difference is also possible with the help of enzyme epimerase. So all these resmases, mutase and epimerases, they are belong to the group of the isomerase. Now sixth class of this enzyme classification, that is ligase. So simple, most important, frequently you have heard about DNA ligase. So that is also belong to the enzyme class 6. Now furthermore, carboxylase. Previously there is a decarboxylase, that is lyase, but here carboxylase means adding of carbon dioxide molecules. So acetyl CoA carboxylase, same way pyruvate carboxylase, they all are belong to the group of the ligases. Now one more you have to remember, synthetases. So amino acid tRNA synthetases. Here when amino acid attach over the tRNA, during that time ATP is utilized. So you have to remember when the word synthetases is there, you have to remember ATP is utilized, and these particularly belong to the group of the ligases. Now interesting connection between enzyme class 4 and 6. Enzyme class 4, that is related with the decarboxylase and that synthase, and they are breaking the molecule, but here carboxylase and synthetases, they are joining the two molecules. So these all are belong to the group of the enzyme class 6 ligases. Now furthermore, DNA ligase, that already I have said, it is used in a molecular biology. So many reaction that is possible with the help of ligases, and all these are joining the big small molecule to make a bigger molecule. So that is ligases. Now lastly, currently that one more class is identified, that is enzyme class 7, that you have to remember, translocase, that is involved in a transfer of molecule or atom across the cell membrane. So that is called enzyme class 7. So at present you have to remember all these 6 or particular 7 enzyme class and their respective group of the enzyme. So that's all about the important enzyme classes.